people compare you to your style of music. Louis Armstrong, Roy Eldridge. I mean, how does that make you feel to hear comparisons like that?
You know, without me even thinking about people they compared me to. They compared me to, I remember Miles Davis, Satchmo, but they were New Orleans, all of Mississippi. St. Louis I'm from, Miles from St. Louis, Louis from New Orleans.
So it makes sense.
It makes sense. I can see because what they were into. I never copied music. It came natural, you know. But it's that Mississippi people is basically compared me to, especially like Louis and Miles Davis, those people. It's just cultural language.
Right. You know, aside from you being a great musician, great playwright, dancer, artist, you're also a father. How does it make you feel as a father to, Daoud had made the statement before, to know that you have your son is one of the best artists, rappers of all time.
You know, I never. It's funny that I guess the way I grew up with my father, whatever I did, it was like something naturally for me to do. Like even when the people in town were saying, "Oh, your son, this is your son," and my father, it was like normal to him. He never said, "Oh, boy, you do this," And same way with my boys. I never thought that, wow, my son is this, son is that. I expected him to be on that level. I really, if he had come out as a rapper, any kind of a way of doing it sideways, whatever, it wouldn't have been me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I expected him. I never told him what to,
Right.
But I mean,
about writing and stuff like that.
As a parent, it's got to make you proud.
Yeah, the first time I told him that, but the other day for the first time, I said to myself, I ain't never told him I was proud of him, but he ought to know anyway. But I say I'll tell him anyway, just in case he doesn't know. But I was always proud. Prouder than really proud. Not proud because he is an icon in the hip hop world. I'm proud of him because he was a good son with good talent.
Right.
That I respect and his family respects. And the whole family expected him to be that way, and no matter what he did, even if he was a garbage man, we've been just as proud. So you ever see that boy do that garbage out the 125th Street? See him throw a can. A lot of times I hear in him, of course I hear my concepts of life, in him certain places, where I hear his grandfather's mind in him. Like both of his grandfathers on both sides,
Right.
That's what I hear. Their little concepts,
And you know what? When I met you for the first time, was it last week? Was it? After meeting, after having an opportunity of building with you, having conversation, being enlightened by your wisdom, it was like that night. I took it all in. Like I said, for me, I was like a kid. I told you, I'm telling all my friends like, yo, I think I did a joint with Olu Dara. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I see it, I see the way you are, I see the way you carry yourself, very knowledgeable, very intellectual, you are artist all the way, you got all the characteristics of an artist. So you can see, it's like they say, the apple don't fall far from the tree,
Yeah, I was very taken back by comments people used to make, the people in the neighborhoods wherever I live. Is always saying, you always with your boys, you always, and I say, why did they say that? But I wasn't conscious. I wasn't conscious that men were with their boys, or the children. I wasn't conscious. I was just saying this. I grew up this way.
This is
right.
This is
Yeah, but then I started to notice that people try to make me stand out because I had my boys around all the time. Well, I enjoyed being with them,
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking about I'm gonna protect my boys. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It was just
Spending time
they were gifts to me, They were gifts. I read something, I said, they asked some magazines years ago, and I would be like the surrogate father to all his friends and stuff like that. Real love like that. I didn't care if they came around. I just loved him, you know what I mean? And then when I said something like, I just realized that I was the only one that really had a stable father in right. And that to me, I said, my goodness, was it like that?
Right.
You know?
Right.
But that stood out to him, right? Me even knowing what was happening with that, you know what I mean? So it must have brought him a whole lot of sense of balance, you know, stability, and that means a lot, a whole lot.